Olivia Bennett stared at the framed resignation letter on her desk in Chicago. At 36, she was the brilliant CEO of Bennett Biotech and 7 months pregnant with her first child. Yet her board had quietly decided that motherhood would make her less reliable and pressured her to step aside. Olivia had built the company from a rented laboratory and relentless 18-hour days. Investors praised her innovation, but several directors worried about optics and quarterly earnings. They disguised their discrimination as concern for her health, suggesting a temporary transition that would conveniently become permanent after her maternity leave. Humiliated and exhausted, Olivia packed her office into 2 cardboard boxes. Outside, cold autumn rain swept across downtown Chicago. Her luxury Lexus ES refused to start, and for the first time in years, she sat behind the wheel and cried. A tow truck pulled to the curb. The driver, Daniel Harper, was a 39-year-old single father with kind eyes and worn work gloves. His 10-year-old son, Mason, sat in the passenger seat doing homework. Daniel asked no intrusive questions. He simply offered an umbrella and a steady presence. As Daniel loaded the Lexus, Olivia apologized for her tears. He replied that carrying responsibility alone could become heavier than any vehicle. Mason handed Olivia a packet of crackers and said his dad always fixed more than cars. The small gesture broke through her guarded composure. During the drive, Olivia shared what had happened. Daniel listened carefully. He had lost his wife 5 years earlier and rebuilt his towing business while raising Mason. Banks doubted him, competitors mocked him, and he often heard that one parent could not succeed alone. Daniel pulled into a neighborhood diner instead of the repair shop and insisted Olivia eat something warm. Over soup and coffee, he said that being forced out did not erase the company she had created. "If you built it once," he said, "you still carry the blueprint." The words stayed with Olivia. For months, she had internalized the board's judgment, mistaking discrimination for personal weakness. Daniel saw only a capable woman facing an unfair setback. His confidence in her felt more persuasive than any motivational speech she had ever heard. In the following weeks, Daniel repaired Olivia's car and checked on her regularly. Mason helped assemble the baby's crib. Olivia, in turn, advised Daniel on bookkeeping and contracts, streamlining his growing business. Their friendship developed through practical acts of mutual support. Olivia investigated her removal with outside counsel. Emails revealed board members discussing pregnancy as a liability and investors as more comfortable with a non-maternal face. The evidence was explicit and deeply illegal. Still, confronting the board while preparing for childbirth felt overwhelming. Daniel reminded her that courage was often collective. He offered to drive her to every meeting and wait as long as necessary. Mason drew a picture of Olivia wearing a superhero cape and holding a baby. She pinned it beside her legal documents. The case attracted attention within Chicago's business community. Former employees testified that Olivia's leadership had transformed their careers. Industry partners expressed concern over the board's conduct. Public pressure mounted as local media questioned whether innovation and motherhood were being treated as incompatible. 2 weeks before her due date, the board proposed a confidential settlement and a consulting role. Olivia declined. She wanted reinstatement, governance reforms, and parental protections for every employee. Daniel squeezed her hand before the hearing and said she was fighting for more than herself. The decisive meeting took place at the company's headquarters. Olivia entered with her attorney, visibly pregnant and unmistakably composed. Daniel and Mason waited in the lobby. After 6 tense hours, independent directors voted to remove the responsible board members and restore Olivia as CEO immediately. When Olivia emerged, tears filled her eyes. Daniel stood as she announced that she had her company back. Mason cheered so loudly that several executives laughed and applauded. For the first time since her resignation, Olivia felt both powerful and fully supported. A month later, Olivia gave birth to a healthy daughter named Grace. Daniel and Mason were among the first visitors at the hospital. Olivia named Daniel the Godfather, explaining that he had helped deliver not only her child, but her confidence and future. Back at Bennett Biotech, Olivia introduced paid parental leave, flexible schedules, and anti-discrimination safeguards. She also funded scholarships for single parents pursuing business and science careers, with Daniel speaking at the inaugural ceremony. Daniel's towing company expanded into a respected regional fleet service. Olivia joined his advisory board, and Mason became an enthusiastic mentor to Grace as she grew. Their families, formed by circumstance rather than blood, remained closely intertwined through every milestone. Years later, Grace asked why Daniel appeared in so many family photos. Olivia knelt and explained that when powerful people tried to take away everything she had built, an ordinary single father reminded her who she was and helped her reclaim it. From then on, Grace proudly told everyone that her mother was a CEO and her godfather fixed broken things. Olivia would smile, knowing the most important restoration of her life began the night her car failed, and a compassionate stranger chose to stop.